Yeah, hello friends, I am Chi. Yeah, greetings to you all wherever you may be. Yes, Reno Omokri in the news. Yes, for the good or wrong reasons you will decide. Please tell me in the comment section, okay? All right, it is all about the Lagos State government demolishing houses of people. You know, look, let me tell you, it is better that the Igbos should start developing their own region, invest in their own region, build in your own state. Yes, very important because you see, Lagos State has building codes, but the question is, where were these people? People who normally go and monitor, they call them OCDA, those from the government, that used to go and monitor people when they are building house, who approved the building plans, who gave them the C of O. So does it mean that they were scammed somehow or they were giving fake? You know, government is government. They said they are blocking the canal. So that's why when buying land, you have to do thorough research. Imagine that man who said 200 million naira worth of house he built, demolished without compensation. But government should have given them some compensation, knowing that things are tough these days. You know, yes, Rino Mokri said a lot of things that Igbos are not the only people affected in that destruction of those houses. But Igbo people always cry, oh, they are dealing with us, they are marginalizing us, this is not one Nigeria, blah, blah, blah. But come to think of it, if you start investing in your state, you will not be crying this cry that people are marginalizing you, they are maltreating you anywhere you go, they hate the Igbos. Let me tell you, the Yorubas invest mostly in their own region. The Hausas invest mostly in their region. Calabas, the same thing. You know, many tribes, they invest in their own states, their own region. But the Igbos are the ones you will see having houses in Kano, Castina, Meduguri, Sokoto. Yes, Jos, all those places that you will never even want to go and build house. They have houses there. Then tomorrow, there's a riot and they burn down their house, destroy it, or even buy them there. Then they will say, oh, they are killing the Igbos, they are treating us bad, they don't like us in this country, what did we do to them? You have not learned from what happened in the Civil War. Yes, I will show you what Reno Omokri said. He said, look, the photo will just pop out soon, okay? He said, the Lagos State government have employed a lot of people who are not even Yoruba, origins like that, from Yoruba origins, like other tribes. Mostly even Igbos are in the government. Local government chairman are Igbo. You see them in they gave them appointment as PASA. Some of them are commissioners. Different appointments they gave to them in Lagos State. But when Anambra State government was publishing for jobs for people to come and apply, he said only for Anambarians. If you're not from Anambra State, don't apply. But Lagos State don't do that. They just open it. Everybody come and apply. So how would you say that the Lagos State Yoruba people, Lagos State people, Yoruba people are against Igbo? Anytime it touches the Igbos on one little thing, they say everybody's against them. But why don't you start thinking inward? Invest in your own state. What is there? If all the Igbos bring back their investment back to their states, their region, I bet you people will be flocking into Igbo land to come and buy, to do business with us. The place will develop. A lot of Igbos will have jobs. But you know what they do? They take their companies out. Go to Kano, go to Kaduna, Meduguri, Sokoto, Jos, northern states. Go there, you see a lot of them having companies there. Building schools, universities, hotels. Same with the western side of Nigeria. Same with the south. The south. Go to Port Harcourt, you see Igbo investment. Everywhere they have investment. But few in their own states, making their own state look like rubbish. So by the time they start investing in their state, then they will stop crying all this. Okay, wait. Imagine all the Igbos bringing their properties back home. Even sell the ones you have there. Bring the money and invest it home. Then who will say they are burning down my house? They are destroying my house. It is your own state. The Lagos State cannot come to Imo State and say, we are taking away C of O. Likewise, can Kano State governor come to Igbo land and say, we are going to destroy here and here. It is your own state this time around. Your governors will not do you bad. So, by the time you learn that code, things will be better for everybody. Let's say the truth. During the Civil War, Igbos lost properties everywhere. They lost properties, but they have not learned from the past. I think in the whole of Africa, or the whole world. I think it is only the Igbos that don't usually invest in their own state. They go out to invest. Go to South Africa, they have properties. Go everywhere, any country you think of, they have properties. They're big, big, gigantic properties, investments there. You think that region called those Igbo regions, Igbo states, you think they are poor? When all of them start thinking of investing in their state, I bet you that place will be like wonder. Just look at how it is now. It's still looking like a little wonder. Imagine all of them having their investment back home, their businesses back home, all those universities they built outside, airports, name it, hospitals they built outside, 5-star hospital, 5-star hotel. Man, go to the northern states, you see what the Igbos invested there. And they will so invest there that they will relax there comfortably. Then when something happens, one Pharaoh will know Moses, one government that don't like them will now come and just punish them for one or two things. Then they'll start crying, oh, they have burnt our property, they have this. Why don't we start investing home? Yes, of recent, I see people are getting sense, investing back home. Innocent Moto. Many Igbos now are beginning to learn that, man, it is more safer when you have your investment home than when you have it out there. Because when you have it out there, once they saw these political things, you know, if the Igbos don't support that party, before you know, they will winch on to you, especially if your property is not in Igbo land, it's outside Igbo land. Then they will deal with you guys. Then you will cry foul. Hausa people, most of them have their investment in their states. So, how many Ghana man, or Cameroon man, or Kenyan man, or South African man came to your own state in Nigeria or Igbo land to come and invest? You will not see them. First, their own country. How many Italians have you seen that, or Western men, you know, people in Western world, how many of them have you seen that will come to Nigeria to come and start building houses, you know? Only the Igbos do these crazy things. The same mistake time and time and time and time. Imagine the millions they invested in those housing estates. This is not the first time they are demolishing houses. So that means they will tricklishly give them land where they know that there is canal, water will pass there, drainage linkage is there. So that in future, what else? We are taking their money. But it's not just demolishing the houses. Those people too that even sold it, gave them the CFO, should be arrested as well. Because it's like fraud, you know. EFCC should equally go for them. Didn't they know that that place is meant for canal, for water passage? By the way, this is modern time. There's technology. You don't need to even demolish the houses. There's a way they can pass big pipes under the ground in those areas where they have built houses. They'll pass this big pipe under the ground, connect, you know, do some connections. Just bring professional engineers. Those big pipe they use for oil, all these NMPC, those pipes they lay in the ground that carry, you know, petrol or diesel, whatever, from one refinery to those kind of pipes, you lay them inside the ground, then channel it to the ocean or sea, whatever, where the water will, you know, pass through. So this modern time, they should have done that. Yes, they could have equally taxed all the people there. So, okay, we're not going to demolish, but we're going to lay these big pipes deep in the ground. So some of you, part of your building will be destroyed, then you can build it back, you know. That's if the pipe will pass through there, you know. So they don't need to destroy everything. They will lay the big pipe and the pipe will pass through and everybody in peace. You can just charge them. But you have been collecting this rent they collect for people that have properties, you know, property tax. You have been collecting it from people that built houses there for years. You never knew that it was blocking canal. But what they do is this, you know the trickiest thing they do? When they demolish these places, they will now sell it to another person. You will see, they have done it before. They will tell them, pack away, pack away. Before you know it, one Chinaman investor, they will sell the land for the man. Yes, the Ujuro has been done. So, you have seen the photos, right, of what the write-ups of Reno, right? The Lagos State Governor employed more Igbos. So, I don't think the Yorubas hate Igbos at all. They are just, look, let me tell you, when you want your country to develop, are you ready to pay the price of development? If they say, oh, let's develop Nigeria, do you know that a lot of people will be affected? A lot. Millions of people will be affected. Millions. So if you want development, are you ready for the costs? Are you ready to cry? Are you ready to sacrifice? Yes. So they're going to do roads, railway, a lot of things, They have to check their building codes. Is it followed? Very well. If it's not followed, they will destroy them. So they will tax you a lot. Look at how Western world is, right? The taxes they collect. If you want development, they will tax people like that. Then people is equally cry, say this government is wicked. So this is it. The government of Lagos wants to develop their state, and they say we have to follow the, blueprint, master plan of Lagos. And those houses are not meant to be there. It's not in the master plan. So that's what they are saying. So that is, if you have to invest in another man's land, as an Igbo man, I will advise you, come back home and invest and have peace of mind. Some people say, this Biafran thing, this fear that unknown government will come and kill them, or this or that, that fear of that Biafran thing. Yes, they are scared of it because they're like, what if there's another Biafran war? I have my company back home. If there's another Biafran war, that means I'll lose my properties. But you're already losing it if you have it elsewhere. So which one is better? Somehow, I think it's good you invest in your own country. There's logic in it. There's logic in it. Invest in your own country. And again, those people I don't think they have building insurance. They don't even do insurance for their building, so insurance will not pay them back. But if they have the real CFO and they are sure it is original, authentic, I think government should compensate them. Yes, government should compensate them because government equally deceived them that place is cool, no problem, it's not in the green zone, green belt area, you can build. And they went and developed. The people that came and monitored everything without complaining, and they thought everything was cool. That is why all this estate, you know how many estates they have demolished so far in Lagos? It's a lot. So before you buy land, make sure you do thorough checking. Go to lands, Ministry of Lands in that state, and confirm. You say those people could confirm, right? But if they did not confirm, why were they trying to bribe that minister for lands, That man, they were trying to tell, okay, let's cut corners, let's give you something. The man was like, no. That Yoruba man there in one of the videos. Well, it's painful though, but since it has been happening this way, Igbo people are always crying, they are targeting us. I think to stop all this cry of targeting us, come back home and invest. What are you doing in Hausa land where they have been slaughtering you guys like chicken, goats all the time? Any single riot, they will slaughter Igbos. They will say, hey, they are buying us there. Why don't you come back home? If you come back home, who will slaughter you? You are selling just granite oil. You are doing repairing shoe and slippers, repairing phone, selling charger in Northern. What is all those things? You are grinding engine. Petty things they do there. No, most of them are not even doing better jobs there. But they just love to stay in another man's state. They love it. Meanwhile, they can still come back to their state and develop their state with that same energy they are using to put in other people's states or country to develop it. They can still do it in their own state and develop their own state, where people will be flocking in to come and buy from them. Employ more of their own people. Because when you invest in another man's state, you're going to employ more of those people in that company. And that state and those people there will benefit more. Because you produce something there, you said they will buy it more cheaper. Then the same Igbo people come from Igbo states to come and buy. By the time they put the cost of the transportation thing, everything, how much they pay for people to load the goods and offload the goods, you see, the price will change. The price will be more higher in Igbo land. Meanwhile, this thing was produced by one Igbo man company in Lagos or in Kano, in northern places, Now, Igbo people are buying things more expensive. But if those companies that produces those things, like all those things, a lot of things they manufacture, Igbo people have thousands of companies. So imagine they are producing it in Igbo land, their companies are there. Things will be cheap for us. That means other people that are coming to buy will transport it and things will be high in their own place. Yes. Imagine Igbo man having farms in the northern states, having farms in Yoruba land. Meanwhile, there are a lot of lands. Good soil in Igbo land, but they will prefer to go out there to go and buy land and start doing the agricultural business instead of doing it in their own state. When they finish producing the rice is expensive in Igbo land, cheaper in Yoruba land, cheaper in Hausa land. Even yam, cheaper there. Meanwhile, it's Igbo people that have big farms there too. So that's it. So when we learn to invest home, things will start being better for us. You say one Nigeria, right? Since you have known that one Nigeria only exists in paper, in that constitution, in that paper, or in people's mouth. In reality, practically, there is no one Nigeria. So since you know there is no one Nigeria, practically you are not welcomed in any other state, only in your own state. Then why don't you start investing in your state? At least in your state, you are one Igbo. They are one Yoruba, this one Calabar, one Edo, one Port Harcourt or whatever, one Ijaw people, one Hausa people, one Fulani people. Then you to come back home. So you become one Igbo and do things with one mind. Because practically, for now, one Nigeria is not visible. So you're on your own. The government don't know you. You are on your own. So protect yourself. If you lose, you lose. But in your own place, you hardly lose. You will hardly lose. Alright, so by the way, it is not only the Igbos that were affected. Huh? So I hope you have seen the thing Reno posted, the photos. You have read through them. So tell me what you think in the comment section. Do you think it's making sense or not? I am Chi. See you in my next video. Bye.